just after the long season and the ups and downs for the team, what's the feeling now in the clubhouse to be gearing up for another playoff run?
I feel like our team's been playing kind of like playoff atmosphere type baseball for the last 2 weeks. Kind of what I was just telling the other gentleman is, man, ever since San Francisco there, it's close. San Diego's right behind us. Arizona's kind of there too. For the last 2.5 weeks, it's kind of like a three-team swing for trying to get 2 or 3 spots in the playoffs. And so all those teams are playing hungry baseball. Philly's trying to run down top spot in baseball too. So, outside of like one hiccup against Philly, like we won every series down the stretch and played really good baseball. We were down some, came back. We were up big and held some leads. The one game in Arizona went to extras and found a way to win late. Had some young guys step up and threw awesome. I just think as a whole, we're just playing a much better brand of Dodger baseball, and nobody really cares about the regular season. The goal is to get here, and I know it's frustrating for a fan base and for people when they see that we haven't won 120 games, but at the end of the day, when we get to hold up a trophy, then it's what does it matter? The goal is to get here. Because once you're here, it doesn't really matter. How many times has the worst record in baseball ended up winning a World Series? Worst record in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I remember vividly not the Astros, the Cardinals getting in the last day, 86 wins, ended up winning the whole thing with Pujols. So to me, the record thing and the ups and downs only builds your character for moments like this, because we get everybody's best bullet. We understand that. Some teams peak when they come to play us, and that's okay. So I think we're very well battle tested for the playoffs, and anything can happen. So, but we play our brand. We focus on what we can control, and it's such a cliche, but it's true. One pitch at a time, from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. I think I'll take our chances against anybody.
You've been outspoken about the bullpen not lacking for confidence, and it just being a long season. Was there anything maybe that clicked over the final stretch of the year, or is it just baseball?
I think it's trial and error for a lot of us. It's not easy to maintain a level of play, and that's why we're professionals. We do a better clip at it than most, and sometimes you just have down years. Very few people, you go back and look, have a career like Kersh where you don't have a bad year. And I was looking at the other day, I was like, man, he's 18 years of just solid baseball. And so the unfortunate thing is we had a few guys go through it at the same time this year, and then random bad outings happen in the midst of that. So it just feels like the bullpen was constantly in a bad boat. But man, we've had conversations, and through it all, I've seen teams, maybe get animosity towards different pockets of groups in the clubhouse. And this team is super close at we don't care. Hey, we're at the playoffs. We know what everybody in here is capable of doing, and we believe in each other more than, I promise you, more than anybody else in baseball. So, and that's all that matters. We're going to be fine. And our guys, I think we've just what else do we have to lose? We've already hit some tough patches. We've had to try to claw out of it, have some success, then another tough patch. It's man, what do you have to lose? So there's almost a freedom to it. I think our guys are in a good spot.
Speaking of Kershaw, what's it like, somebody of his career, his caliber, to be accepting of a potential bullpen role to help you? What's that dynamic? What does it say about the team?
He's just a pro's pro. I mean, there could very well be a spot when he's going to be starting a game in the playoffs. So it's not about that. It's more or less it's a 3-game set. You have certain guys that are doing what the organization views is more useful at this point in time, and then you're going to see Kershaw be there when the phone rings, or if he's starting a game or whatever. I don't really know how the organization is going to use any of us, and we'll find out who all is on the roster and how things are going to get sorted out. But it doesn't surprise me that if there's conversations had where he's not on this roster, that he handles it great, because he's a pro, and he's going to do whatever it takes to be a part of this team. I mean, it's the reason we've won 2 other ones anyways. So.
Last year you relied on the bullpen a lot. How beneficial do you think it'll be to have the starters healthy this year and just the depth in that rotation?
That's huge. I think, one thing in my career, I've always believed that a bullpenning situation will never win a World Series, and I was on one that maybe actually proved me wrong. I didn't think it was possible. But it goes to show, if you have a drive and the will to want to do it, then really nothing gets in the way. And you look at pretty much every World Series, there's always 2 aces almost on a team that wins. It's there was Scherzer and Strauss, there was Verlander and whoever else were on those teams, Cole and I don't know, like all this. You can go back. I remember doing a huge breakdown of guys who were, and every team had guys that were pitching like aces or 1Bs, and it takes starters, man, to make it easier for the run. Last year certainly was not easy, but made it so much more satisfying. And this year having 4 or 5 healthy starters, to however they want to use them, that's a blessing for us.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.